Dear Swamiji, could you share with us your thoughts on the spiritual significance of the new Ram Mandir in Ayodhya, which has attracted so much attention and enthusiasm in India over the past weeks? It was a divine event. As I say, Ram came. There was a slogan. It said, Ram comes to Ayodhya. He was born in Ayodhya. Lived much of his life in Ayodhya. Though he went into exile, he came back. He was a king of Ayodhya. At the end of his life, he and those close to him walked into the Sarayu River and merged back into the infinite. So that river is still there. And just that it's the place where he's born. Yogananda said, wherever a master goes, his vibrations remain there permanently. But of course, if we're not in tune with it, we don't realize it. But Ram has been in Ayodhya ever since he was born there. But people paid attention or people didn't pay attention. And of course, the demonic people came and destroyed the shrine made over his birthplace, where any sensible Hindu would want to go. And they built their ugly thing there and did their ugly rituals. I have no apology for saying this. Don't bother to write me an email asking me how I could. I'll tell you how I could, because I'm a Hindu. And I know history. And I know louses when I see them. All right? Therefore, they came. But they couldn't take Ram, neither they nor these evil Christian missionaries, nor the evil atheists of modern politics, who always collaborated with the communists, in other words, the Congress Party. They could not take Ram out of the hearts of the people of Bharat. And so now it's the people themselves, it's the Bharatis themselves that have got Prāna Pratishtha, that have a new dimension of life. The Ayodhya Temple means something not just for all of Bharatvarsha. It's something for over the world, because Ram is universal. I think I've mentioned to you, you see, Krishna was born in a great clan group of people called Yadavas. Shortly after Krishna's departure from this world, the Yadavas all disappeared. Where did they go? Archaeologists, anthropologists, where did they go? Where did they go? They went into Mesopotamia, and after a while, they ended up in Israel. The Jewish people are the Yadavas. Jesus was a Yadava. Therefore, the spiritual roots of all Jewish people lies in India. You see? So, one of the names for God in Judaism is what? Ram. In English characters, they usually write R-A-H-M to show it's a sound. Not Ram, but Ram. Ram is everywhere. You're not going to, if you want to go where Ram isn't, then you're going to have to try to annihilate yourself, which can't be done, because wherever you go, he is there. It even, you see, one of the Yadavas, David, he said, if I go to the deepest hell, you're there. If I go to the highest heaven, you're there. And he wasn't complaining. He was rejoicing. He was glad in it. So, Ram is the world. The world is his manifestation. Therefore, the Ayodhya Temple is a world event. Of course, the intensity is there in Bharat itself. But this is really the truth. And Prime Minister Modi, who is a man of God and a politician second, he said, a new era has begun, and it has begun. You see, when people are oppressed for centuries, they get used to it. And since it's miserable, they just don't think about it. And they become paralyzed in their hearts, in their minds. And a lot of their being, in a sense, becomes numbed. And when the oppression is gone, the external oppression is gone, the effect is still there. And it takes a long time for people to wake up and realize, hey, that demonic presence is left. That demonic oppression is gone. Let's look at our own country of America. Think of the hideous fact that we have slavery in our past. Slavery is such a terrible evil. So what happened? The Negro people were enslaved. Some of them ran north, but then they found they weren't any better off often. So when slavery ended, all four of my great-grandfathers were from the South, and they were Southern abolitionists, and they warred against slavery. And then when the Civil War came, they went north and left their families to be persecuted and joined the Union Army. One of them was a minister. And so when they tried to issue him a gun, he said, well, I can't shoot a gun. I can't shoot anybody. I'm a minister. And they said, well, then why then did you enlist? He said, because I have to stand up and be counted against this evil. But legal freedom didn't fully work. That's why segregation, which was a great evil, prevailed for look how long. See how long it prevailed. It took that long until finally the people said, no more of this. We are not slaves. But you see, you can get it intellectually, but it doesn't always go way deep inside. And then they realized, and we had, by God's mercy, and God sending us such great leaders as Martin Luther King, and therefore that slavery of the mind was cast off. It just took that long. And the same thing has happened in India. For the soul, for the deep inner consciousness, which isn't intellectual, to suddenly realize, wait a minute, 700 years of Muslim demons and 300 years of British demons and wonderful caring missionaries and reformers, but they're out of here. And guess what? Oh, we're Bhartis. And if we're Bhartis, we're Hindus. And that's what we are. And so they've said, no more, you thief. Give back what you stole. It's ours. So finally, people of India are saying this land is ours. And our religion is the land, is the religion of this land. We don't force it on people. That's never been the way of Sanatana Dharma. That's why it's Manava Dharma. It's human Dharma. It's the way humans should live. It's spiritual mathematics. And they've said, we've just had enough of it. The whole world has been benefited. If you're doing sadhana, if you're trying to elevate your consciousness, I assure you that the presence of the Ayodhya Temple is benefiting you. Of course, it's all inwardly, but that's the truth. What really is now Bharat is going to be Bharat, and the Bharati people are going to be what they are, and not think they have to apologize or explain, but say to the dark ones, the asuras. The word sura means light. An asura is someone who's of darkness, who would bring darkness on people's minds, who would bring darkness on people's hearts. And they're saying to the asuras, out with you, off with you. We are ourselves the light. This is what the great rishis have told us, and that's the truth. And you're not going to veil it any longer. So it's wonderful. I have in my computer already this morning, been listening. I have a wonderful video. There is a video put out that is continuous music, devotional music relating to Lord Rama, and pictures of the great Ram image. Rama as a young child, Ram Lala, say 12, maybe 13 years old. Incredibly beautiful image. And so I turn it on, and even if I'm doing other stuff, I hear the singing, and every so often I've got to go and look at that divine face, for it is a divine face. So if you're on the way to God, a wonderful thing has happened for you.